and welcome to Morning Matters. This morning again we are in San Pedro. We're back at Caribbean Villas. If you remember the last time we were at Caribbean Villas, it's because we had gone skydiving. So yes, if you are interested in going skydiving, you can check out the folks here at Caribbean Villas. Nonetheless, our guest this morning is Madison Stone. All right, Madison is going to be sharing a little bit about herself with us today. Madison is an American that moved to Belize about 7 months ago. She's been coming to Belize for a few years and then finally made the transition about 7 months to call Belize her new home. Madison, good morning. How are you?
Good morning to you, and I'm very well. Thank you for asking.
Excellent, excellent. Madison, tell us where you're from.
Well, I'm originally born in Miami. I grew up in the Bahamas, Freeport. I've traveled the world and lived a lot of places in the world through my journey. I moved here to San Pedro from Los Angeles, California, and I was there for quite some time. So where am I from?
Who knows? You're from Earth. There you go. I like that. Let's go back a little bit before we get into where you are now. Tell us a little bit about where you grew up as a child.
Well, again, I was born in Miami, and at 6 months old, we moved to the Bahamas. My father worked for Contel. It's like AT&T, but outside the country. So my first experiences were on an island. Traveling with him, I ended up also in Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee. I did a year of high school in Cairo, Egypt. That was enlightening. I ended up graduating from high school in Georgia. So where am I from is sort of a grouping of a lot of things in my youth of different cultures that I tried so hard to kind of make my own self out of.
Okay. And then you became an adult, and where did you live most of your adult life?
I was kind of lost with myself. I think being an only child, I never had someone there to talk to and experience things with as youth as we traveled to all these places. So when I became a young adult, I was lost to be able to find myself. So I traveled a lot on my own.
What do you mean when you say you were lost?
I wasn't personally grounded. I never had a permanent home or an individual that I could make myself out of. I traveled to this island. I traveled to this country. I traveled to this place. But as an only child, I was inventing things on my own and invention.
What were you looking for?
I was looking for stability. I was looking for my own heart. I was looking to be worth something to someone or something, because all I knew was every time that I would make a friend, I would move and that friend would be gone. Any time that I loved something, we would move and that something would be gone. So when I got to be on my own, I traveled. I lived in London, I lived in Paris, I lived in San Francisco, in New York, and searching.
What was your life like? How did you make a living?
I didn't know myself, and so I searched in ways to please others. That's what I knew. And so in my early life, and it's a hard struggle to learn and accept and move on from, but I got into the adult industry. In that industry, I made a lot of money to survive, but I found what I thought was love, what I thought was acceptance. Everybody loved me. I could go to these places and people would tell me how beautiful and how much they loved me. These people did not know me to love me. They did not know my middle name to love me. All they knew is the performance that I gave them. And in my mind, I had invented that to be love. Later, I managed to figure out that that wasn't.
What was your awakening?
I was sitting, I had a breakdown on the corner of a busy street in the Village in New York City. And I had my girlfriend with me, and I sat down on the corner, and a man had noticed me, and I was just kind of, I couldn't handle, it was coming into my mind that this wasn't love because I was empty inside. Once I went home, I was still alone. And a man came up to me with a dollar bill and asked for my autograph on the dollar bill. And I started to cry, and it came to me, this isn't me, this isn't love, this is performance, and this is empty, and am I going to continue my life with an empty heart? I've got to find myself, and I've got to escape. And I bought a one-way ticket to Paris. And I got my first tattoos because I thought in my head, because back then tattoos were no-nos. And I thought, because I had gotten a little tattoo and living in London with some boys from Northern Ireland, they had tons of tattoos, I thought they were great, I got a little tattoo. But in the adult industry, you didn't have tattoos. So I went and I got this whole thing here, and I thought to myself, if you think I'm pretty, I'm gonna make myself undesirable, and you will never hire me again, and I will have no choice but to continue my life. And it just went on.
You know, Madison, I always say you look at people and you never know. When I woke up this morning, I had no idea that we would be having this kind of conversation. I knew
Me
that
neither.
I knew there was something about you that was deeper than meets the eye. For various reasons. I didn't know what it was. But I often say that I'm glad that you, first of all, I'm glad that you decided to come and share the story with us. And I always say that when we see somebody, as opposed to judging them, let's listen to their story.
Yeah.
Let's see where they are, and let's see if we can meet them there. Because we're all on a journey. And I don't know the weight that you've been carrying on your journey. I know you don't know the weight that I've been carrying on my journey, but everybody has a journey and a story. And everybody puts out a face that they think the world can accept.
Yep.
Because everybody wants to be accepted.
Yes.
But I applaud the people that come to themselves, if you know what I mean, and can live their truest self and say to the world, this is who I am. This is who I am, and I am comfortable and I'm happy, and I'm not going to do this or say this or act this way because I want to be accepted by you. You will accept me for who I am, and you will take me the way I am because I have worked.
Yes.
So when you say you went and you put on that tattoo to ensure that you never get the chance to go back to that industry again, I say you made a permanent decision in that moment.
Oh, yes.
You didn't say, oh, I was thinking about it. You didn't say, you said, you know what? This is my only sure out.
Yes.
Because they will not take me.
Yes, exactly. It was hard, and then again, it was not.
You needed it.
I needed it. And there's a point where you just have to make that decision. I won't take it anymore. And it seems like a rough decision to make, something that you're so used to, something that says it's so good to you, and something that is a complete lie. You know it. But you have to be your own friend and ensure your safety. And it's really not a hard decision when you consider that you're being your own friend, because nobody else really is. And you're ensuring your own safety. Because when you do that, the universe will recognize and will be behind you and will give you that safety net. You just have to do it. You have to be your own friend and give yourself some safety.
So what does the tattoos now represent for you?
And see, that's why I say the universe came up and scooped me up. So I put the tattoo on for a reason. I mean, I still was attracted to tattoos. We're not going to say that I was not. But it also propelled me into the industry that I am in now, which is the tattoo industry. It was a gift. And in the tattoo industry, I get to talk with people. I help people express themselves. People I will never see again in my life come to me, trust me with how they are going to express themselves by allowing me to tattoo them. They talk to me, they tell me stories, and in turn, through the years and the decades of tattooing, I myself have expressed myself upon myself, which is therapy in itself also.
So your tattoo serves as an armor for you to a great degree. It's like your armor. This is your shield. This
Yes.
is your protection. This
Yes.
is your safe place. How do you see yourself now?
You know, I'll be honest with
Please.
you. I would like to say that I regret my past. I can't say that because everything happens for a reason, and it puts you somewhere for a reason. How do I see myself now? I'll be honest with you, it's hard to say, but I really like myself. And it took a long time to get there, but I respect myself now. I think I'm a kind and understanding person. Through my trials, it has taught me to not judge, to listen, to understand what somebody is in, doing, or whatever right now might not really be them. Don't judge. If you can help them, speak with them and help them. Encourage, inspire. Hard life, and I think I've made it through, and I'm proud. And I have love for myself.
When we come back, we'll talk to you a little bit about how you made that change, how you were able to love yourself in the truest sense of the word. Even though you were lost, you came from a very lost environment. You were in a place where it must have seemed glorious in that moment on the outside, but when you were with yourself, you were dark and empty again. I'm sure that a lot of other people are in that same place, and they don't know how to transition, or they might not think that they want to transition, but hopefully with your assistance, you will give them something else to think about, so they can realize that their happiness and their worth is not determined by him or her or what they think, but it's something that is built inside of you.
It's true.
On that note, we're going to take a break and be back.